Hey everyone, this is Miss Kilby for Cos 1050 hair coloring. So I wanted to do a quick little video and kind of give you up to date on what's happening with us this next week. So we will be transitioning to online classes, which will be a little bit different for us. Not much though, because we do half of our stuff online anyway. The agenda may slightly change a little bit, but I will keep you up to date on what's going on with that. For us, like for week 12, which that'll be this week that we're doing, we have some hands-on stuff scheduled. And so we will not be doing any hands-on activities this week. So this week, we will be strictly doing bookwork, not hands-on this week. So that's going to change in just a little bit. So we, next week will be spring break. April the 30th through the 4th will be our spring break. So we'll still have that week off. And then we'll come back on week 14, which will be April the 13th through the 16th. And then we will start doing some hands-on activities. So you need to make sure that you have everything you need. You need your mannequins, your complete kit, because we will be doing some tasks so we can finish up our task sheets. I'm not going to say too much more about that right now, but whenever you come back, the week that you come back after spring break, I'll have an update and give you some specifics. Right now, the decision has not been finally made on exactly how you can do that. They haven't made the decision yet. So as soon as I find out anything, I'll let you guys know exactly. So by the time you come back anyway from spring break, then I'll have that ready for you when you come back. So let me tell you what we're going to do this week. So for this week, we have a lecture. We actually, on our agenda, it says that we have a test this week. We will not be having our test this week. We're going to push that back a week, because last week when we had to take the week off, we were supposed to do a lecture. So we'll be doing a lecture this week, and it's going to cover pages 704 to 709, and that'll be our very last test that we'll have in this class. You'll be doing a worksheet. I'm going to upload that to Blackboard. And the way you're going to have to do this worksheet is you're going to have to print it off and complete the worksheet and then upload it back to Blackboard. So if you have any problems at all, we have an Ask the Instructor section on our class on Cos 1050. So all you got to do is click on that in the content area and create a thread and ask me a question, and I will be happy to answer anything I can for you. But if you do have a problem with that, uploading it, you need to contact me. So I'm going to be available during our class period times on Thursday. All you got to do is do the instructor, and I'm going to be here watching to see who's doing that, and then I can answer your questions pretty promptly. But I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so what you're going to do is, if you do have an issue with it, then you need to contact me. And if it's during our class time from 11:30 until 3:30, then you'll be able to go right to Ask the Instructor, and I'll respond pretty quickly. If it's not during that time, you need to send me an email, and I will respond to you as quickly as I can. But if you do have any issues with that, uploading it back to Blackboard, you just need to contact me, and I'll make arrangements that you can send it to me via email. But I want you to upload it onto Blackboard. But if you can't, contact me, and I'm going to work it out for you. Okay? So, I'm also going to do we'll have a lecture. So we'll have a couple of videos this week. We'll do a lecture, and then I will do a video on our formulation number 4 worksheet. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload that formulation 4 worksheet again. Okay, I'm going to upload that to Blackboard. I want you to print it off, and whenever I do the video, then I want you to write down the correct answers so you'll know exactly what the answers are for that worksheet. Since we are unable to connect and me give them back to you, then we're going to do it that way, and you'll have one that has the correct answers on it for that. So that's what we're going to be doing this week in our class. And then and then whenever we come back, the next week will be spring break, and then when we come back on week 13, which will be April the 6th through the 9th, Then we will do our test. And so it will be an online test. It will be a scheduled test. That test is going to have a time limit on it. And it is only going to be available during the specific time link there for that. And so I'll make that test available at the beginning of class from 11:30 until 1 o'clock. 11:30 until 1 o'clock. That'll be that test. So it'll just be just like if we had it in class. You'll have a time limit on it. So at 1 o'clock, the test will no longer be available. So at 1:01, the test is no longer going to be available. So it's going to be available from 11:30 until 1 o'clock. And so if you're late, just like if you come to class, you're late, you just jump in and do as much as you can, answer everything to the best of your ability in the time period frame that we have left for that test. Okay, so that'll be, it'll be pretty self-explanatory. It'll be the very same kind of test that you've been having in my class. We'll just be doing it online instead. So, so for the written test where you have to elaborate on the test, it's not going to automatically grade itself. So normally you can put in a grade sheet and it'll automatically grade it. But if I do that for this test and you don't word it exactly the way I word it, then it's going to count it wrong. So I'm not going to do that, because if I know what you're talking about, then I'm going to give you credit on the question. So it's going to be best for me to just manually grade those instead of having those go through Blackboard and putting an answer sheet in, because I don't want you to miss something, get points counted off whenever you knew what you were talking about, but it just wasn't worded exactly the way that I worded it on the answer sheet. So that's how the test will work for that week. And so what I'll be doing is I will upload a couple of videos for this week, and you'll do the worksheet, and that's what we will do this week. So you'll have 2 videos. You'll have one on the lecture, and then you'll have one on the formulation 4 worksheet. We'll do that. I want you to print those worksheets off and write the correct answers in that. And then you'll also have a worksheet that I'll upload to Blackboard for you. Okay, so if you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to contact me. Again, I will answer pretty quickly if you go to the content area and ask the instructor, which is already on our class. All you gotta do is go in and create a thread, and I will answer it just as quickly as I can. If it's after our class period time, then you need to send me an email, okay, or before. So if you're having issues this week, I'm gonna check that pretty periodically, because I will be online with my other 2 classes. So if it comes through then via email, then I'll be able to respond fairly quickly. But I do have the other 2 classes, so don't get upset if I don't answer immediately. It's because I have 2 other classes in session, and again, I'll be online with them too during that period, during their class period time. Okay, well, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask me. So this is going to be your first little video, and then I will upload the next video for you guys, which will be your lecture. Okay, I hope you guys have a great evening.